Here's a shot from earlier on. As the Suns arrive at the arena, they're looking to leave town on a winning note tonight. Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson alongside. David Aldridge is with us from the floor tonight. Hey, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Kawhi Leonard was recognized as one of the NBA's 75 greatest. Coach Ty Lue says to go from being a 15th pick to that means a lot. It's a tribute to his hard work and dedication. And Leonard credits that work ethic to his dad. He says, "I try to play as hard as I can each night. That's what my father wanted me to do." Kevin?
What a worker Kawhi is. Terrific player. And a great story, David. Thanks. And for the teams that are struggling to meet expectations, Richard, what kind of advice would you give them at this point of the season?
Well, Kev, it all depends on why they're struggling. If they're trying to integrate new pieces, you got to stay patient. If it's chemistry issues, though, that can get a bit more complicated.
How have you handled chemistry issues when you play?
Well, some things are just unavoidable. Some teams have great chemistry, and some teams not so much.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Paul and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. Andre Ayton out there with Torrey Craig. And it's Bridges in at the 3, the small forward. And for Los Angeles, the wing pairing, George and Leonard. Post tandem for him, Morris and Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the point. Paul, and misses it off the right side of the rim. Now, here is George. Pass to Jackson. Zubac, a screen on Paul. Jackson finds Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Now, here's Craig. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Bridges sets the screen for Paul. He doesn't hit that one. Great D that time from Leonard.
And we talk about the playmaking ability of CP3. Third all-time in career assists, second all-time in career assist percentage, and he looks far from done.
Leonard with the ball, defended by Paul. Just 5 to shoot. Leonard the pass to George. Launches it. That one, no good. And Phoenix will come the other way. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Well, in that one, you could pretty much see the writing on the wall. Their performance was lackluster at best.
Yeah, I just didn't see any fire from them to want to get it back. That's just one of those games you throw away in the trash and try and forget about it.
Booker, no good. And great, what separates Paul from the other two guys that have more career assists is that Paul also averaged 18 points a game.
And he scores with efficiency. Really a one-of-a-kind talent. When he finally does decide to hang him up, I think he'd make a great head coach as well.
Now here's Paul. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Booker in the post. Defended by George. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on George.
One of the best scorers in the game. Booker is a volume shooter who also plays with a ton of confidence.
And looking back to Devin Booker in that 2015 draft, this guy went 13th overall.
What a steal. Plus, Book was the 4th guy taken from his own college. I think that put a giant chip on his shoulder, fueled Devin to the all-star he is today.
First free throw is good.
And talking about a franchise that has done a complete 180, look no further than the Phoenix Suns. Before 2021, they hadn't even been to the playoffs in 10 years.
Both free throws good from Booker. In just 4 seasons, Phoenix, Greg, went from last in the conference to the best record in the entire NBA. It's been an unbelievable story.
And there's a lot of talent on this team, not to mention a great coach in Monty Williams. The future is bright for this franchise. And you know what? He doesn't mind getting his hands dirty when it comes to really fighting on the backboard.
A really good start for him overall. He's already having a big impact on this game.
Jackson against Paul. Jackson with the bounce pass. Pass to Leonard. Zubac, a screen on Bridges. Jackson from long range. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And Jackson has become a reliable three-point shooter. That's a shot you got to respect.
To the paint. Here's Ayton. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Zubac, that's good. Suns trail by 5. Paul passes to Bridges. Back to Paul. Here's Booker. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
Now, here is George. A 17-point game for him in the win against Minnesota. And it's Leonard missing. Suns have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. With the step back. Booker with it. George picks him up. Booker the pass to Craig. And a great assist by Booker as that one goes in.
Unsurprisingly savvy pass by Booker, setting another guy up for success instead of forcing a shot.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Biombo is checked in for Ayton. Charge comes in for Torrey Craig. Lee's checked in for Booker. And it's Payne in for Chris Paul. Now here's Powell. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring. Able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Here's Payne. Trailing by 5. And Covington sends it back. It's going to be out of bounds. The Suns will retain possession. And the Suns making a change here. Okogie's checked in. Clock at 6. Sharch with the screen for Payne. Shoots over Covington. Payne can't hit.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Covington setting the pick for Powell. Dishes to Covington. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Payne. Good D by Covington.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Powell dishes to Covington. Lee against Wall. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. Here's a Kobe. Lee outside, and that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And we'll be right back after this. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
It's been a group effort, and that's what it takes to play the kind of defense that they've played. Great showing from them.
Clippers leading by 7.
And since 1999, the Clippers and Lakers have shared their downtown LA arena, the only NBA teams to split a venue, but that's going to change soon.
The wing pairing, George and Leonard. Post tandem for him, Morris and Zubac. And it's Wall in at the point. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. It is hard to forget the crazy draft night for Bridges in 2018. Drafted 10th by his hometown Sixers, his mom was an employee with the team. But he was traded an hour later to Phoenix. He says, it was tough, but once I came here, I loved it. The group of guys we had, I knew I wanted to be here. And they are sure glad they got him, Kevin.
They are indeed, no doubt. D.A., thank you. The second effort, and he lays it up and in. Ayton's got 6.
A towering presence on the offensive glass. Ayton uses his height well to keep possessions alive.
The Clippers broke ground on their new arena, set to open in Inglewood in 2024. I've seen the footprint. You fly right into LAX, and you see it every time. It's going to be beautiful.
And that'll be huge for the Clips. They're trying to create their own identity in Southern California. Having a venue just for the Clippers will help.
Phoenix with the ball. After the basket by Los Angeles. The shot's good from Paul.
See, it's the accuracy of Paul's shooting that makes the mid-range look easy. He can take that shot all night.
George against Booker. And George kicks to Morris. George trying to break free. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by George.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Booker finds Craig. Now here's Booker, the 3-ball. The offensive rebound. And Ayton throws it down.
And dunking the ball is just second nature to Ayton. With the right positioning, he's a threat to throw it down.
Now here's Wall. No points in the game yet for him. How did you react, Richard, to the changes and rules in 2021, specifically those banning non-basketball moves?
I loved it because the game has gone so far offensively that it put the defenders in such a bad spot. And so now that you're allowing for the defenders to actually play defense now, I think it's great for the game.
And instead of tricking your way to the free throw line.
Yeah, because they were using that it's not a foul, it's what they call. And let's turn what they call into actual fouls. So the referees cleaned it up perfectly.
The first one falls. We've seen the Suns get back to being one of the league's elite passing teams, RJ.
That was the trademark of the Steve Nash era. And look, they've returned to a brand of team-first basketball. It's allowed them to join the ranks of some of the top teams in this league.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Luke Kennard comes in for Ivica Zubac. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for John Wall. It's stolen by Morris. Jackson looking it over. It's George on the wing. Off target with his 3. Suns trail by 5. Ball outside. Ayton up top. Pass to Shamet. In the corner, it's Bridges. Ayton sets the pick for Paul. No good on the 3.
Just an ugly show from him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
Jackson with it. Now guarded by Ayton. And again, no good by the Clippers. Suns have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. And it's Paul missing.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Outside Leonard. And here's George for 3. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got 6 rebounds in the game. Jackson against Paul. Now the pass to Ayton. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Few create shots as easily as Paul does for his teammates. He is just a great setup guy.
Los Angeles calls timeout. A different look for the Clippers. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Robert Covington comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Norman Powell subbed in for Paul George. Phoenix also making some changes. Sharch checked in for Torrey Craig. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Paul. Here's Kennard. He's coming off a 16-point game against Minnesota. Outside Jackson. 1:27 left to play here in the half.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Ayton a screen on Jackson. Payne passes to Ayton. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. And it's now only a 1-point Los Angeles lead. Outside Jackson. It's hauled in by the Suns. Ayton's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Passes it to Payne. Ayton a screen on Kennard. Payne. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Suns have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws. 81% as a team.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. For the Clippers organization, GA, what do you think the goal is?
Well, it's clear to me, Kevin, get to the NBA Finals. The Clippers have never made it there, and I think a trip to the Finals is within reach of this group. They just need to stay healthy.
Mann's checked in for Los Angeles. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. And they've been enjoying this long homestand. That will be game 4 of 5 in a row at home. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Ayton.
And how about the confidence right now from Jackson? Not bashful at attacking and drawing attention from there.
And the first one at the line is good. And so Jackson nails both of them.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see him miss.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Now here's Payne, guarded by Jackson. Inside. Here's Ayton. That one wide left. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Los Angeles on top, up 1. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
Just knocking down open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
Welcome to halftime. Glad you could join us. It's been a clash of the Titans at the center spot so far. Both of these guys playing at their peak in this one.
Speaking of peaks, can you think I can climb Mount Everest?
A decade ago, maybe, because you're about as big as Mount Everest, so it would take you one step.
I would hate to be the Sherpa that has to carry Shaq up to the top.
Kenny, what's a Sherpa?
Me, I have no clue.
All right, guys, let's talk about our game. The LA Clippers are in a... And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. DeAndre Ayton has been sensational.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Monty Williams. Ball and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. Bridges out there with Torrey Craig. And it's Ayton in at the center position. Jackson misses.
I think the defense will live with him taking mid-range jumpers, but maybe just a little bit more resistance.
Ball against Jackson. Bridges kicks to Craig. For 3, Booker. And no good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And with the 15th pick in the 2011 draft, Kawhi Leonard wasn't highly touted coming out of high school or college.
Listen, even in the pros, recognition took a while. How about this? He won Finals MVP and Defensive Player of the Year before he ever made an All-Star team. Now, one of the 75 greatest.
That free throw good from Leonard.
A superstar who really kind of keeps to himself. Leonard truly leads by example, and it's produced titles.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard. Suns trail by 3. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Paul looking around. Ayton inside. Working on Zubats. And that one's good, Ayton.
They are just killing them on the interior.
George passes to Jackson. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Oh, Ayton in position. Stolen by Zubats. Jackson passes to George. Outside for Jackson. Back to George. And such a nice move to make the basket work.
Nice play by George. This is what size on the wing gives you, the option to pick your spot anywhere on the floor.
Now here's Paul. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Here's the teardrop. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Devin Booker.
It doesn't matter what you throw at him, Booker just finds a way to make it go in.
Jackson from long range, and it's Phoenix with the rebound.
Rough start to the second half for them, only getting 1 of the past 4 shots to fall.
Bridges kicks to Booker. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. Out of bounds, Phoenix will take possession. For the Clippers, Luke Kennard comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's John Wall in for Reggie Jackson. And Phoenix also making a switch. Biombo's checked in. Suns have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Paul lays it up and banks it in. Paul's got the lead up to 1 now for the Suns.
The defense looking lazy there. You can't allow Paul to get inside like this. That's just asking for trouble.
Leonard with no one around. A three-pointer, no good. The Suns have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. You know, Richard, we don't talk about it much, but Chris Paul's free throw shooting has always been rock solid.
Yeah, we're not going to see teams use a hack-a-Paul strategy, that's for sure. He's been 90% or over multiple times in his career.
And he makes the first.
It's impressive what an enduring talent Chris Paul has been. A lot has changed around the league, but CP3 is still doing his thing and leading his guys to success. Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Robert Covington's checked in for Morris. And it's Powell in for George. Saric is checked in for Phoenix. Landry Shamet comes in for Devin Booker. And again, no good by the Clippers. Phoenix leading by 3. Paul outside, over to Wall, and Paul gets it to go in. Paul's got 8 points. They haven't looked the same on defense during this second half. Seems like they are relaxing and allowing them to get whatever shot they want.
Now here's Powell to end the run, and the layup good by Leonard. Leonard's got 4 this quarter.
Talk about someone who knows all the angles. Kawhi on the interior.
Paul outside. Bridges outside. Paul outside. Bridges a screen on Wall. Shot clock at 5. Offensive rebound. Bridges shot. Good. Bridges has got his first 2 points.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Now here's Powell. Covington setting the pick for Powell. Shoots over Bridges. The shot by Powell, no good. Phoenix leading by 5. Pass to Paul. Charge a screen on Wall. Here's Paul. Paul missing again.
He hasn't had his best game, but they've gotten enough production elsewhere, so it hasn't really mattered.
Powell, the pass to Wall. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Covington setting the pick for Kennard. Tries it from 9. And it's off the back rim. No good. For Phoenix, they've gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Pass to Biombo. Bridges with it. Saric with it. Kennard covering. Goes up the baseline. The shot by Saric. No good. Clippers trail by 5. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Leonard with the screen on Paul. And Wall kicks to Powell. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. Shoots over Bridges. And the Clippers miss again. Takes a step back. Here's Paul. No good with the layup. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Suns ahead as they end the third quarter on a 12-4 run. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. So with Leonard on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. The post pairing, Batum and Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and there's Jackson, and it's man in at the 2 guard.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Now George. From outside the arc, drains it from beyond the arc. George has got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Clippers. Booker looking around. Craig sets the screen for Booker. Batum grabs the miss. The Clippers trail. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Jackson a screen on Lee. George passes to Jackson. Batum for 3. Rebound by the Suns. Ayton's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Payne. That shot off the mark. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Outside, George. Craig against Batum. Zubac with the screen for George. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And so it's Payne with it. He'll bring it up for the Suns. The lead is 2. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That'll be the first of 4 played at home for them. Now, here's Ayton. Ayton sets the pick for Booker. Right to the hoop. And the dunk by Booker.
Gotta be impressed with Booker's basketball IQ. Superb at scoring off of pick and rolls.
Here's Jackson. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Booker outside. Ayton sets the pick for Booker. To the middle. And there's Ayton, and that's good on the assist by Booker. Now it's a 6-point Suns lead.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
And the Clippers call time here. Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Okogie's checked in for Phoenix. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He was disappointed in the shot selection. He told them, stay patient, run the offense, make the extra pass. You don't have to make up the deficit all at once. We'll see if they start shooting a little better. Kevin?
Thank you, David. The pass to Payne. He kicks to Ayton. Here's Okogie on deep. And with the rebound. Passes it to George. Lets it go with a 3. It's hauled in by the Suns. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Payne. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight.
Even with a big goose egg by his name on the shot chart, the team is somehow managing just fine without him.
Spins. George from deep three-point land goes back up. Yep, it goes in, and the Suns' lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Zubac.
Those are some hustle points, really bonus points when you put in a miss.
Phoenix calls timeout. Leonard, he's checked in for Terrence Mann. And for the Suns, Bridges comes in for Josh Okogie. And it's Paul in for Payne. And so here's Phoenix. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Ayton, a screen on George. Oh, Ayton in position. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Zubac's trying to break loose. And it's good for 2.
And guys, George takes pride in hitting big shots. Just get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Now here's Booker from outside off the mark. George against Booker. A nice shot by George.
And that's right in his wheelhouse. Looking to make an impact when it counts.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
Here's Booker. Paul George making his last shot. Craig with a screen on George. Here's Booker. The offensive rebound. Count that one. And the Suns lead by 2.
And challenging the bigger defender coming through in the biggest moment.
You love the relentlessness. Wasn't going to give up a chance for a big play.
Now here's Leonard. Morris with the screen for Leonard. Over Bridges. And it's Leonard missing. Jackson against Paul. Bridges outside. Misses the 3. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Here's Jackson. Craig pulls it in.
Got to find easier shots when you're already struggling. That's not going to get it.
Booker. Rebound by the Clippers.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate because he's destroying his teammates.
And the Clippers call time here. They trail by 2. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
And you also have to wonder if they'll try for a 3, but they'll probably try for a 2. But if something opens up outside, I doubt that they will hesitate to take it.
Here are the Clippers. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Outside, George. Can't get the 3 to fall. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for Phoenix, Chris Paul. At the line for 2.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
In these high-stakes moments, Paul is fearless. He knows he can do this.
And so both free throws are good. It's a 4-point ball game.
Cool, calm, and collected. Say that 3 times fast. He makes them all and puts this game away.
And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 4. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 9 seconds left to play in the final quarter. They get it back. A three from Morris. The shot misses. And so it's Phoenix who scrape by with the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, what does a win like this do for you at this time of the season?
Hopefully it gives us a little momentum. We got a tough stretch coming up. We got our back-to-back next week, so hopefully it just gives us a little momentum.
We'll see if he can keep it going again. Thanks, Chris. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. As we leave you with our New Balance Player of the Game, DeAndre Ayton.